So this is a new haul video. It's been a while, but I'm back and I had some cool stuff to talk about. And I wanted to start with this one, Avengers Spotlight issue 23. So I got this from Half Price Books. I got it for 50 cents. What's really interesting to me about this particular book, and the reason I picked it up, is because it shows White Vision there. And so at the end of WandaVision, hang on, spoilers. So if you haven't seen WandaVision, you want to turn around and you can come back later. But if you're still here, the reason this is important is because at the end of WandaVision, the white version of Vision, after his mind's wiped and he just doesn't know what to do, he's trying to reset and figure out what to do with his life, he flies off into the sky and we just don't know where he goes. In this particular story, this actually takes place after this happens to Vision in the comics, or at least Marvel's version, the comic book version of when Vision turns into this white character where his whole, I guess, mind's wiped. And this picks up afterwards, and guess what? He ends up in Hollywood. So it kind of talks about that. So if Vision Quest, or if Vision pops up in Agatha Harkness or anything like that, and we see him in Hollywood, and it kind of goes after these beats in this particular story, then I feel like this is going to be a book that people are going to be looking for. So I don't recall anyone else talking about this, but I saw this and I read it a little bit and I thought, you know, this might pick up post WandaVision, so that's why I grabbed this one. So before I talk about more of the comics, I want to talk about these. I picked up the Loki Season 1 Blu-ray hardcover of the Steelbook edition of the Loki series, and I actually love the series. I talk about it on my TikTok. I kind of like open the book and stuff, but yeah, this is really cool. I love the box artwork, and I think I got paid for like 30 something bucks for this particular thing. I looked for a cheaper version, but all I saw was a Steelbook, so I don't know if there is a normal DVD, or a normal Blu-ray edition of this, but this is all I saw. But yeah, the artwork's really incredible. The next thing I picked up, and I think if you're into Halloween and you haven't seen this, you might want to check it out, but it's this Lost Boys triple feature. The only one I've watched so far is the Lost Boys, so I need to check out the other ones because I've never seen these two before. But if you've seen the other two and you want to let me know in non-spoilery information about these particular films, let me know, because I'm interested in seeing them. I just haven't had time to watch the other two yet. I think I paid like 10 bucks for that. And the last Blu-ray is this Across the Spider-Verse Steelbook. I think I paid like $29.99 for this one, or maybe a little bit more, because the Blu-rays movies are a little more expensive than they used to be. But yeah, I actually haven't sat down to watch this yet. I saw it in theaters and I want to rewatch it because I love the special features and I want to watch all the extras on here. But yeah, the box artwork looks really cool, and that's why I grabbed this one. The next two are really cool Halloween. So if you're in the mood for like Halloween stuff, stick around, because Hellraiser, this is the collection. This is, I think, this just says collected best 3. So I guess this is the 3rd volume of a collected edition, and I paid $13.49 for this. I hardly ever see anything Hellraiser, and I know these books are kind of rare. I'm not sure. I haven't looked up to see if this one's like particularly expensive, but I never see these, and I know the original Clive Barker stories are pretty hard to come by. So I picked this one up. I haven't read it yet. I'm looking forward to reading it, and I want to talk more about it because I really like that horror universe. It's pretty terrifying, but it's also really interesting, the mythology of the Hellraiser universe. And I actually saw the reboot, and I actually really like the reboot too. So I guess I'm a pretty big fan of Hellraiser, so I'm looking forward to reading this. Even the cover art's just really creepy. It's like Pinhead as like a child. So yeah, everything about this book looks really cool, and it's just screaming at me to read it. So the next book I picked up is this one right here, Zombicide, and I've never heard of this before. I don't know what it is exactly, but it looks like a comic book, and it looks pretty interesting. I paid $9.99 for this, and I'm looking forward to reading it, but I am kind of waiting on reading it because I'm also writing a zombie comic book, and I've already finished the zombie comic book, but I just don't want any ideas because I'm working on the follow-up series, and I just don't want to, you know, take any ideas. So it sucks because I love zombie comic books and I want to read them, but while I'm writing it, I just don't want to end up taking anything, just don't want to have that happen. So that's why I have it, I'll read it eventually, but for now, it's probably just going to sit there. And now for some more comics. So this one was really interesting right here. I saw it at Half Price Books. I've never seen it before. I paid half cover price for it. It's Breaking Into Marvel Comics the Marvel Way. This is issue 2 of 2, but this one's just really weird looking. So this was back in like 2000, I don't know, 2004, 2000 something, in the 2000s, early 2000s. But what strikes me about this is how this particular artwork right here looks very much like the new, I guess, the AI art rendered artwork. So I don't know if this is like early AI or if AI artwork took from this particular artist's style, because this looks very much to me like this, like the very odd stylistic impressions from the AI artwork that I've seen of like from Midjourney and some of the other ones. But yeah, I saw this and it was just really striking to me. So I'm kind of curious about that. Like, I don't know who this artist is. I've never seen this particular artwork that I can recall on any other book. So this just stood out to me like a sore thumb. The only place I'd seen this particular kind of artwork would be like the AI stuff that I'm seeing on like Facebook and everywhere. So that's why this one stuck out to me. I kind of want to look into it more and get more information about this stuff, but that's why I picked this one up. The next one is a really cool Batman book. I paid half cover price. I already switched out the bag and board, but it's Batman 126. Really love this artwork. I actually think this is a key issue. I think it's like a full appearance or first appearance of Failsafe, but yeah, I love that Batman and Robin artwork. I'm not sure who the artist is though. The next one, I paid half cover price for this one at Half Price Books, and it is The Joker, The Man Who Stopped Laughing. But not just any book, this is the variant cover. I think this is a Lee Bermejo cover, and this one's just a really cool Joker cover. It's just hilarious. It reminds me of like a Norman Rockwell kind of artwork. But yeah, love the cover art. The next one's interesting. This looks like a really cool book that I want to read for Halloween. I actually want the collected edition because this particular edition is Black Friday. This is the first issue, but it's a variant, and I'm not sure which variant cover this is. I think this is like one of the retailer incentives. But yeah, I want a collected edition of this so I can read it, because I don't really like to read the single issues. But yeah, love the cover art. The next one is a really cool cover by, it is Multiversity, Harley Screws Up the DC Universe issue 4, and I just love that cover artwork. That's why I grabbed this one, paid half cover price. And these next two are kind of like side by side, so I feel like I got these for half cover price, and I absolutely love this Alex Ross artwork. Anytime I see these, I try and pick them up, but I'm glad I got these. I put these in like the Mylars, and these are gonna be really cool to display. This next one is another cover by, but it's a lot of fun. It reminds me of like the earlier Joker cover. It reminds me of like the Norman Rockwell kind of style of artwork, but it's Dial H for Hero issue 10, and it's just a really cool, fun cover. Like I don't think there's anything significant about this issue. It's just a fun cover, and I really like this one. I love how Crypto's there. I actually really love Crypto the most in this. The next books I got from eBay seller Ron, Ron's Comic Closet, and I just love this cover art. I paid cover price. Venom. This is, I think, an annual, and it's just a Venom versus Deadpool cover, and I love that artwork, so I grabbed that one. The next one is the first issue of Alligator Loki. This is a variant cover, and I love this artwork of Loki, or Alligator Loki. He just looks terrified, and he's flying there with Thor's hammer. This one actually is a Half Price Books find. I can't remember which Half Price Books, but it's the Mighty Thor variant number 1. And so whenever I see these photo covers, I think they're really cool. I don't know if I'm ever going to get to meet the actors, but if I do and they're willing to sign something, I'm going to have one of these ready to go. And I think a lot of people are like looking for the photo covers for that reason too. I paid half cover price for this one. So back to the Ron's Comic Closet pickups. This is Amazing Spider-Man Hellfire Gala variant, and it's MJ in Black Hat. Absolutely love the cover. I think that's a Dale Nakayama cover. This one's a really cool cover by. This is Wolverine number 37. This is like 60 years of Uncanny X-Men. Love that Wolverine cover. This next one's another cover by, I can't remember which Avengers book this is, but just look at that glorious Alex Ross cover art. Man, it's so cool. And you got like most of the main Avengers on this cover. You got Cap, Vision, Hawkeye, Iron Man, Hulk. Like, it's a really good cover, and I know this is a connecting cover, but I think I love this one the most. Next one, Predator versus Wolverine issue 1. This is a variant cover. I like this one because it shows them mid-battle. I mean, you see Wolverine planting his claws into Predator's skull, so right there it should be over, but who knows, maybe it won't be. Maybe he can survive that. I don't know, but I love that it shows the mid-battle right there, and you can see it's just a bloody free-for-all. And this next one is a Steve McNiven cover of Predator vs. Wolverine. I absolutely love this cover art too. And I got these next ones at Half Price Books, different Half Price Books. But yeah, I love this cover art right here, so this is why I picked it up. If I ever get to meet Gabriel Deodato, I definitely want him to sign these. But yeah, this is the Dead No More Clone Conspiracy issue 3. Love that artwork. And this is Clone Conspiracy issue 2. Again, phenomenal artwork. I think it's Gabriel Dell'Otto artwork. The last two are the most intriguing here. So these are actually signed books. I saw these at Half Price Books and I pulled them out and I was like, hey, these look like signatures. And I think there's some heat around these books because I think there's like speculation, but maybe more than speculation. I think the books, or I think this particular property is not just option, but I think people would send like pre-production or something like that. But it's 4 Kids Walk Into a Bank. So this is chapter 1. And you can see that signature right there. I'm not sure if that's a Matthew Rosenberg. I can't recall. But yeah, this one's signed right here. And this is 4 Kids Walk Into a Bank. This is the variant cover. And this one's also signed. But this one's signed by Rosenberg and Boss. So I thought that was really cool. And they were $2 each, so that's why I grabbed them. But yeah, I'm not really sure. I think there's a spec around this, but I'm sure if somebody knows more, they'll let me know. But yeah, that's the haul. I do have some more books and I'll probably shoot another video soon, but I just wanted to share that with y'all. So let me know what you think, especially about the vision, because I kind of wanted to discuss that with people and see what they think. You know, if they're kind of leaning towards the same things, if they already reached that conclusion. But yeah, and I'm also preparing my own Kickstarter campaign for the comic book that I'm working on. Issue 1 is done, issue 2's nearly done, issue 3 is nearly done. And so we're just moving along, working on some stuff. So hopefully the Kickstarter campaign will happen soon, but I feel like when I'm actually planning out now, I feel like I probably should be taking more time to do that. So I know it's kind of delayed, but hopefully there's some interest and hopefully you all will, you know, come out and show some support because I would definitely need that for a crowdfunding campaign. That's it for this video. I'll see you all in the next one.